I took a little detour from licensing, and I started designing guitar picks. Why guitar picks? I don't know. A good friend of mine came to my office one day and said, "Hey, let's design guitar picks." He played guitar. He had a couple of music stores. And I was like, why would we bother with this? But anyway, to make a long story short, I started designing guitar picks in all different shapes and sizes with different materials. And we were probably the largest manufacturer of guitar picks in the world just by changing the shape of guitar picks. And one day, my office got a call and said, I came back from lunch and my office manager was really excited. And he said, "Steve, guess who called?" I said, "Well, who?" And he said, "Scott Swift." And I said, "Well, who's Scott Swift?" And he said, "Taylor Swift's dad." And I said, "Well, who's Taylor Swift?" She was 19 years old, and she was just hitting the charts and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I got to know her dad very well. In fact, he used to call me once a week, and I don't know why, but he did. And he saw our guitar picks at a Nashville gas station. He was a stockbroker. And before he went to work, he'd always stop there to get a donut. And we were selling our guitar picks all around the world. And we sold them actually at 7-Eleven and Walmart, but they were in a lot of gas stations, if you can believe that. And we had a little display, and I'll show you the displays in just a minute. And sure enough, he saw this guitar pick, which we took the material of a lenticular lens, in which James Sheehan that was his idea. And we stamped out guitar picks. And by using a lenticular lens, we could put 13 frames of movement. And so Scott Swift wanted, and we had the Disney lenticular lens at the gas station of some of the movies, 13 frames of a movie you could turn back and forth. And he loved it. And he thought, well, why don't we have guitar picks with Taylor strumming the guitar or singing or dancing? He loved it. So I got to know Scott very well. And I also got to know Taylor very well and her whole family, which was a little surprising that she was so open and so smart at 19 years old. She was remarkable. And she had just landed the contract for Walmart. So her star was, I mean, she was going to the moon, and she was extremely popular. And I thought it could help. So I got on the phone with her and her family and Big Machine Records. Scott, you see him sometimes in some of the TV shows. He's Buscetta, I think it's Scott Buscetta. And I said I could probably help with your licensing, because it looks like you're going to be licensed. If you're licensing at Walmart, you're going to be licensing everywhere. And I kind of thought maybe I could help. And so I got on the call, and we were all talking about it. Now, here's the big mistake. I talked to Scott and the group and the family how I could help with the licensing. And they weren't real familiar with that, although records, you license, collect royalties with records, of course. But I could tell the record company didn't really want me involved, but the family did. And I should have picked up on that clue a little bit better. So we had a conversation, and after I hung up, I said, I'm just going to go out and meet the family and spend a couple of days and get to know them a little bit better and talk about licensing and what I could do for them. But I didn't go. Looking back, I should have just got on the plane. I should have just showed up at the door, say, I'm here. I need 10 minutes of your time, 10 minutes of your time. Knowing them, I would have stayed the weekend. They are that that family was so open, so inclusive. It was remarkable because when I met Taylor and her mom, the time she played at Arco Arena, we had tickets. They invited us to her trailer. We spent an hour, and she was as nice and as open and as a friend. She just wanted to sell merchandise, and she wanted to know this and that, and she showed me her bedroom, her bathroom, and there was nothing she was not willing to share. She was just wonderful. I should have got on the plane. Now, why didn't I get on that plane? I don't know. What would life look like today if I got on that plane? Would I have represented Taylor Swift and all her licensing deals? Maybe. Because I was very comfortable with that. I knew that business, and I knew that business well enough to guide them. So I look back, and that was probably, I hesitated. So let's go back to so everybody I can see everybody. I can see you, Courtney, real big. I can't see everybody else though. Maybe I need to go to a different screen.
Go to gallery view.
Okay. So everybody, I hesitated. Why? Was it confidence? I don't know. I thought I had a lot of confidence. Did I read the situation right? I did. That her company didn't want me getting close to it. They wanted to control it. Did they understand licensing? No, they didn't. It was fairly new to them. And my relationship was so solid with their father and with their mother and with Taylor. I should have just gone and met them and say, look, I could at least spend a couple days, spend a couple hours, whatever I can do to help. But that could have been a life changer for my company and for me personally. I didn't take it. So I guess, what's the lesson? Just do it. Don't overthink it. Take it. You know who else wrote about this recently? Barbara on Shark Tank wrote about this. Did anybody see that letter? When she was interviewing to be a shark, and she got the notice from Burnett that they picked somebody else. And she just wrote back and got on a plane and showed up and said, no, I'm the right guy. I'm the right woman for it. And she got it. That's what got me reflecting on this too. I should have done the same thing. Lesson learned. So if something happens, if you see an opportunity, take it. Because you can always look back and go, oh, I didn't get it, but you did everything in your power to make it happen. Don't ever look back and go, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't do it. Just do it. Trust your instincts. I should have. All right. Let's go to another big mistake. I don't think Andrew's ever heard this one. Is he even on? He's probably
getting on right now.
I'm really glad he didn't get to hear the story, so I could actually repeat this again to him some other time. And please, no one tell him this. We'll keep the secret from him. I think this is great that he's not on. Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Okay. Hang on.
God, these are painful stories. I got to relive these.